Hi, this is Ed Green's Monitor, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do a prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder that we do lives here on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central and Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central. So make sure you mark down that calendar. And let's get started. We got a person in the chat. Hello on Horse Soldier. Hello. So let's get started on the stock market. Everything is topsy-turvy, as they say. Blood in the streets. Lots of people running around with their hair on fire, selling everything that they shouldn't be. If you got some stocks right now and it's gone down too much, you should just sit on it. Okay? Unless you need the money right away. Okay, let's have a look at the state of the stock market at this time. So, very interesting times. We got Biden declaring war on the oil companies, which is interesting. He's using the war axe on the oil companies. Very interesting. Maybe that'll put the price down of oil. It's basically telling me that he has no clue what he's doing. So, okay, let's get into the stock market. It's all related. All the news, all the bad politicians, it all connects to the stock market pretty much. So, and that's why we get into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is because of those things. Okay, so let's just have a quick look here at the stock market, the way it is at this moment in time and where it's going to be headed in the next couple months. Seems that the health of it is it's going to be very choppy. It's been pretty choppy in the last little while, but it's going to get really, really choppy, more than anyone's seen in history. Everything is impacting the stock market and the economy at this moment in time. And plus having clowns like Joe Biden and Trudeau, if you're Canadian, and name a country, they pretty much have a clown in charge. So that is all taking its toll. It's kind of like they were planning on this situation to happen. So, and we already know that they're actually getting their money out of Dodge and putting it in gold and Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. That's why the prices, one of the reasons why the prices come down, they're taking their ill-gotten gains and bringing it to the Ukraine to launder. So that there's that. Okay, so and they want to bring that price down so they can shoot all their money into the cryptocurrency. So when it does spike up again, oh boy, we're in for a fun ride. So the health of it seems to be not going anywhere fast. Even though the price came up a tiny bit today, I think it's not going to be lasting all that long. It's basically on life support. The Fed is still trying to figure out what to do exactly, because many of the things that, well, they put up the rate a little bit, and it kind of had a reversed effect of what they were hoping for. So we can look to the Federal Reserve or many of the other banking industry for help in this time. The only thing that we can do is get that cryptocurrency and get prepared for a interesting time in the next little while. Seems that there's some partnerships going on behind the scenes with the White Hats, actually, trying to help repair much of the damage that was done by the clowns going forward. And this should hopefully stabilize everything, even the stock market, in due time. I don't think it's going to be really stabilized for the next 3 to 4 years time where it's actually where it should be, okay? Because they've been holding it back for so long that now that it's going to fall down, it's going to fall down even harder than it actually could have. So I'm saying about 3 to 4 years for everything to start to really start to repair itself to a point where it's lovable. Not fantastic, but it's lovable. The people that are involved in this whole scenario, they're running scared, actually. Uh, Politicians and all that are avoiding the questions, making the wrong decisions for the people. Okay, it's always about the money with them. It's not about the people. You have to remember that. So, if you're into stocks and stock market, that sort of thing, this coming up very, very soon would be the time to buy when it's at its lowest. Okay, and cryptocurrencies as well, because you're not going to be finding any good prices like this for a long time afterwards. So there's that. It's going to be an interesting time for the next couple of years for the stock market. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. Who hacked Luna? Now today, Luna went up quite a bit. It went up to $3 today. Very, very interesting. I don't think anyone really hacked Luna. Luna was something that was going to be collapsing anyways because they were doing nefarious things behind the scenes with the client's money and the people that were investing in this particular stable coin, which wasn't that stable to begin with, and it's not based on anything in particular. Like many of the other cryptocurrencies, they are actually pegged to something. Okay. But the Federal Reserve and many of the banking cartel have been really coming down on the stable coins because they want to introduce their own stable coins, CBDCs, and they got to push out the other guys before they can actually do anything. They think by doing this that they can bring in their cryptocurrency and everybody's going to accept it as being this huge money making thing. So they got to get rid of the competition, basically. Um, so I don't think it was really hacked. It was just a victim of its own greed. Okay. And the things that Luna was doing with the money that they were holding. Okay, so let's just throw some cards down for good old Luna. Now, I guess Luna Classic, yeah, it's going to be called. Now, the health of Luna going forward after everything that's happened, I think it's going to. I think I stated a while back that it will go up. It just won't go up to the height of where it used to be because everybody's kind of gun shy on many of these stable coins, especially Luna. Okay. You're not really going to be putting any of your your money into something that just fell out of the sky, kind of like Celsius. And that's another thing that very interesting things going on there. So, so the health of it is not the greatest. Even though it had a nice pump today, and if you were lucky enough to actually have some Luna left over, you probably make quite a bit of money. If you bought at the low end, it was like 0.0006 something. So you could have made some pretty good money if you're quick on the trigger. But going forward, I don't think it's going to be going that much higher. Not like it was. It was $100 and some odd dollars recently. So I do think that price is going to inch up, but it's not going to get anywhere near where it was for quite some time, if they even survive, because now they got the new chain out, and I think everybody's going to be focusing on the new chain instead of the old thing that collapsed not that long ago. There's going to be some people that are excited about it and being true to the old chain, but I think moving forward, and the new chain, I don't think is very exciting as well. And of course, it doesn't have a stable coin attached to it anymore for reasons. Um, with that, I think the powers that be, the banking cartel and the Federal Reserve, is going to be hammering on many of these, not the Federal, the SEC, excuse me, are going to be hammering on many of the stable coins going forward. I know Tron's new stable coin is being pounded on by the SEC. So everybody is going to, all the stable coins are going to be beaten on for the next little while, until they actually, maybe these companies move or something to another country outside of the United States and do business elsewhere. I would, okay, because you're going up against the old establishment when you're doing things like that. So the people that are involved in it are the Luna coin. They're rethinking their approach, and I think many of the things that they're going to be bringing out for the Luna Classic are kind of going to work, but I think more of the emphasis is going to be on the newer chain. Okay, but I don't see that one going gangbusters for quite some time. Um, would I buy some? No, but that's just me personally, um, because of the shady things that they're doing in the background. It's not something I want to associate with. Even now, you can make quite a bit of money with it, buying in really, really low. Okay, so I don't think anybody hacked Luna. It was just a thing of their own greed that came back and hit them in the face. Okay, so let's have a look at the next thing. Somebody was asking, when will they invent a car that runs on water? Okay. We got the Shiba Inus in the chat. We'll get to the chat after in a little bit. Don't worry. We'll get to those. We got the Luna, or the Shiba hitting a penny question again. That's okay. We'll cover it again. Okay. Car that runs on water. It's probably done, or it's hydrogen fuel cell. I actually remember that we had hydrogen powered buses here in Winnipeg. They worked pretty good. I don't know how far it went um, to extracting the hydrogen out of water with fuel cells. Um, that is one way of doing it. The actual running a car on water, um, I don't see that actually occurring for quite some time. Hydrogen fuel, I could see. Um, it's like thin sheets of carbon fiber type of thing going on, and it's reaction between two materials that gives the electricity. Anyways, I don't, in the cards, I don't see anything being developed for water powered vehicles anytime soon or ever. I think the money in that would be very scarce. And if there was a patent or anything like that for a water power car, the gas companies would buy that up real quick and put it undercover. It might be a good thing if Joe Biden's declaring war on the oil companies. um, going forward. But I don't think that's ever going to be happening just because of, not that the technology's not out there already. It's just the powers that be wouldn't want it to happen. Um, there are going to be some victories in the future with the idea of the hydrogen power, but I don't think anything for water fuel. Okay, thank you for that question. Litecoin by the end of 2022. Now, it was, for the little while there, it was the only one pumping. That and Cardano is pumping when everything else was bleeding. Now I think it's the other way around. So, just kind of weird. I glanced at the markets when I was coming home briefly. So, it's a good time to buy. Okay, let's have a look at that Litecoin. One of my favorite coins, one of the wife's favorite coins. Many people, older crypto enthusiasts, like Litecoin for many reasons. With that, the health of that cryptocurrency is doing very well. It's gaining new friends and also gaining new enemies with the SEC and the banking cartel, because they got Mimblewimble and all that other with that wonderful thing put on there. But even though it has this thing, it can be turned off, like the Dash protocol. Doesn't have to be on all the time. So the exchanges are a little funny about this for the next little while. And they will be funny about it in the next little while as they try to figure out how to get around who sent what and where. They worry about things that they shouldn't be worrying about anyways because of government, right? So the money portion of Litecoin is going to be actually pretty good. We got the world card, so it's going to get more and more world notice. It's already accepted all over the world, but I think it's going to be even more noticed. Nobody's talked about Litecoin for a long time except for me and a couple and a handful of people that are on YouTube. Many people just talk about the Bitcoin, which is understandable because you get the most views from talking about Bitcoin, because it's the most searched cryptocurrency. But Litecoin, I think, is going to be coming back into the light as they. I think people are going to be rushing to it because it is easy to get. Okay, it's going to be easier than Bitcoin in the next little while to get your hands on any of the Litecoin, as opposed to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very scarce at the moment, as we notice on the exchanges that many of the people are taking their Bitcoin off the exchanges, and so it's not for sale. So that's going to be causing a squeeze, okay, buying squeeze in the next little while, as people start to rush back to Bitcoin and many of the other cryptocurrencies, and this is going to be making a good price rise. So that's why I'm saying right now, of course, not financial advice. Get your Bitcoin now if you can. You don't want to be at the buying window and they don't have any. So the price is going to be going up quite a bit in the next by the 2022. Also, the people that are involved in it, I think there's going to be a lot more excitement and a lot more older crypto enthusiasts getting back into it in a big way. So all good things for Litecoin in the next by the end of 2022. Okay, thank you for that question. Silver, $50 by August. My intuition is saying No, maybe $50 Canadian, but American? I think it's like 20 or $30 American at the moment. I work with a gold and silver bug, so we talk about it all the time. $50 by August. We got the Ace of Swords, which is a big yes, but it's going to be bumpy. So it's going to hit that ceiling and keep bouncing back from that. So we're going to see a lot of this with that silver price in the next, from August on, until it actually breaks past that resistance point. They're going to have to reevaluate gold and silver very, very soon, because many of the countries are, well, Russia is already done it, where they flipped their fiat currency into gold-backed currency. And now the Russian ruble is the most stable currency on the planet at the moment, and doing much, much better than any other currency. Interesting. So because I believe in all of that, we're going to see gold and silver going up in price. But I think by August, it's going to hit that 50, but it's going to be bouncing off of it for the next little while. Okay, so thank you for that question. Okay. Do a little dance while we wait. Hi, Andre. Could you please do a reading on Shiba Inu? I can, I guess. Almost the Shiba Inu show every day. What do we want to know about Shiba Inu today? Now, just an overview of many of the other readings that we've already done on Shiba Inu. It is not going to be getting to that penny anytime soon. It will, just not yet. Okay. It will survive everything going on, all the chaos in the world. It will survive that. It'd be one of the top coins for quite some time, beating out Doge. Okay. It'll be accepted just about everywhere. Already is, almost. It's on every exchange now. And we probably won't see a penny for, I think, 2 to 3 years' time, approximately. So what else do we want to know about Shiba Inu? Now, definitely, questionable. Will it beat Bitcoin? No, but it'll be up there. So, I threw some cards down. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors around Shiba Inu for some aspect of their website, the platform that they do things on. I think they're having troubles again. Thank you for the super chat. So I guess there's some things on the platform that aren't working yet. There was some trouble not that long ago, and the fees for doing anything on that platform is quite high, and that's going to be around for quite some time because of it's on the Ethereum blockchain, and we all know that story. That'll come down very, very soon, hopefully by August, September, into the winter time as Mr. Vitalik does his thing. Yeah. Vitalik says the dumbest things at sometimes, and it affects the market, as we just seen. If you're not sure about something, shut up. He's young. but very, very intelligent. He just got to know when to keep his mouth shut. Shh. Anyways, we're gonna be seeing some on their website. You can bury your bones and dig up your bones and all this other things that you can do with the Shiba Inu website. There's still going to be some functionality problems uh, in the works. So if you're just holding the coin, I think it's just fine. But if you're playing on their platform, I've heard it can be very, very trying. Okay, so they're got us some smoke and mirrors about that, and they're going to be working through that in the next 2 to 3 months. They'll probably have that fixed. Okay, there's something about Shiba Inu. Okay, thank you for that question. Super chat. Thank you, Andre, for taking the time to take my question. Coffee on me. Can you do a reading on KLEE? I'm not sure what that is, but okay. I'm assuming it's a crypto. Also a dog?
Yeah. But it's a coin.
Another dog coin. Okay.
Yeah.
I see a trend. Maybe we should come out with a cat coin.
Yeah.
It's a play to earn crypto. Okay. So if you're wanting to know if you're going to make it big with this cryptocurrency that you play to win or play to earn. Let's see. The health of it seems to be very good. Lots of good emotions behind it. There was some things that were going wrong with it, which could have toppled it, but they turned it around. We had the death card, but it's reversed. So something was happening behind the scenes that almost made it crash into oblivion. So they grabbed it out of the fire and saved a lot of things. The money part of it is going to be very lackluster in the next little while. They will have little victories along the way, but I don't think we're going to be seeing big gains from this one for the next little while. Probably another cryptocurrency that doesn't have a cap on the amount of money that they put out. Okay. With the people, there's some confusion going on, and they were hoping for a lot of things to happen, but they won't happen for quite some time. I know many cryptocurrencies promise the world and they can't deliver. So this is going to be another one of those instances where they can't deliver on some of the things that they were saying. So that's why there's the confusion card. I'll just show it to you. Be with the people that are involved with this cryptocurrency. And there's no parties going on. So they're going to get part of the things working, but not everything that necessary for it to be a full functioning cryptocurrency play to earn thing. Okay, that may not be for quite some time as they figure out all the bugs in the future. I think it'll last another year or so, if that, maybe a little longer. So have fun with it. Don't put all your money into it, but play responsibly. Okay, just like CryptoKitties. Okay, so thank you for that question. A3 Carter on my current crypto strategy, please. Maybe the goldfish coin. It's never been done before. Cats, dogs, birds. What else we got out there? Hamsters. So a 3-card reading for your crypto strategy. Caesar coin. That's her cat. Caesar. One of her cats. I think you're doing everything well. Just be careful not to get carried away by putting too much leverage if you're using leverage, because it may hurt quite a bit in the next little while if you're using too much leverage, if you're crypto trading, because there is something that you're being a little careless with. Be careful. Stick to the basics. Buy it. Sit on it. And don't. If it's too good to be true, it usually is. Okay, so buy those cryptocurrencies and hold them. Okay, don't 20 times and 30, unless you know what you're doing and you got the funds to do something like that. Okay, or you're a trader like Dark, who's not here yet today. It can be very devastating if you try something that you're not quite sure of. So just buy it, sit on it. Overall, I think you're going to be doing well. But if it looks too good to be true, it usually is. Okay, I'll leave you with that. Will ETH be around 6 years from now? Yes. What's the max price for ETH? We'd have to give me a when. Could be in the millions in the future. Like Bitcoin can be millions of dollars at its max price. Let's do for the next year. Ultimately, Ethereum is going to be around for quite some time. They're having their problems like all the other cryptocurrencies, and all the contenders to Ethereum, that the Ethereum killers, have their problems as well, like Solana with their 51% attacks, and they had to shut everything down, and people are still buying it. Tron, well, that's a pile of whatever. What's another Ethereum killer? There's a few, and they always never seem to step up, get everything in right order, and really challenge Ethereum. So we're waiting for somebody to actually challenge them. Okay, that's not falling on their face every 5 minutes like Solana. Cardano is probably the best one so far to actually challenge them. Okay. So 6 years from now, yes, it's the ultimate price. Probably in the next year, I'm seeing about $4,000 to $5,000 by the end of the year. It's going to be picking up again. They're going to be fixing many things that are going on right now, and everybody's going to calm down and stop running around with their hair on fire and start buying back into it. Okay. So 4 or 5, that's Canadian. So whatever that is in American. Okay. So nothing to worry about there in Ethereum land. Okay. Thank you for that question. Will Tether collapse this year? Probably. They're a ticking time bomb. It's a type of crypto. It's not quite a cryptocurrency. It's not a traditional one anyway. It's not even close to. And we've known that they've been doing some nefarious things in the background. And yeah, when you got the government agencies and all that breathing down your neck, Yeah, they're going to find something because they want to collapse all of them. So let's just throw some cards down for Tether in the next little while. Will they survive? I don't think they're going to survive. They will survive, but just barely. So the cards are just revealing that they're going to be going through a huge scenario with some other organization, not the SEC, some other organization attacking. I forget the name of it. And it's going to be falling flat on its face. It will survive in some form. It just won't be as amazing as it is now to many people. You have to remember, most of that is done by greed. And it's for traders, it's a great place to park your money until the cryptocurrency comes down. And then you take all your money from the Tether and you put it back into the cryptocurrency while it's down, right? As a long-term hold, it would not be one that I would. Okay. But there's some benefits to it. Don't get me wrong. You can stake it and all that other stuff. Yeah, I think they're going to be attacked and almost collapse, along with many of the other cryptocurrencies of its type. Okay, so expect a lot of fun with Tether in the next little while. Thank you. Can you do a year out reading on Bitvavo? Now, just as the statement I always say, never ever leave your cryptos on an exchange. Ever. Never do that. Unless you're doing something with it, like you're in the middle of a trade, or you're staking it or lending it. That's the other thing that you can. The best way to hold your cryptocurrencies the safest is with a Trezor wallet, which we'll talk about later. Okay, so Bitvavo. I've never heard of this one, so for the year out. Well, I'll just show you the card. Doesn't he look comfortable? So it's something that's going to be either going to be collapsing very soon or hacked, or going to be hacked very, very soon. Okay, there's two type of exchanges, ones that have been hacked and ones that will be hacked at sometime in the future. So Bitvavo, I think, is going to be either collapsing or they're going to be hacked, and everybody's going to be gun shy from that and going on to other things in the next little while. So if you're keeping your crypto on Bitvavo, like any other exchange, don't. Okay. Thank you for that question. The last live stream you mentioned that you saw August fall time when the BTC will drop to 14 US. Does that mean ETH would drop around 400 US? I think it'd be more of the 800 persuasion. That's what I keep hearing. And that's basically what I'm. So you can get your cryptos for your node. Marlon keeps asking about when Ethereum is going to go down so he can buy 32 Ethereum. So I already said it. Yeah. I think it's going to be about $800 for a short time. So make sure you put your orders in there for that price. Okay. Thank you for that question, Marlon. You'll get your thing. Don't worry. I'm trying Drowning
Drowning.
over. Please tell us bleeding. It's almost over. Nope. Sorry, super. Look at it. Put him back
Oh.
if you can. Now, I'm hoping Super Whittle Guy is getting greedy. Okay, at this moment in time. Okay, when everybody's running around with their hair on fire and selling all their stuff at bottom basement sale prices, this is the time you pick up all your cryptocurrencies. Okay, so this is, you're either the chum in the water or you're the shark. Which one do you want to be? I'd rather be the shark, right? So this is the time that we need to be sharks. Okay, be greedy. When everybody's freaking out, this is when you be greedy. When everybody's greedy, be afraid. Who said that? I'll give you a special reading if you say it the first one. Okay? Who said that phrase? I want to see it in the chat. Okay, let's get on to the next thing. Hi, everyone. Will Vulcan Forged coin survive?
Brad also says Buffett.
Brad! You got it. Warren Buffett said that. So we'll put him up next. We'll give him a reading after this one. David said it as well.
David already had a reading.
He already had a reading. It's going to go to Brad. Oh, will Vulcan Forged coin survive? Yeah, just barely. I don't think they're in the process of changing everything out in behind the scenes. I think they're looking for their footing in the next little while. But it will survive. I don't know if it's going to be an amazing coin or anything, but yeah, it'll survive. It may not be amazing or anything, but it will survive. Okay, thank you. Okay, Buffett. Let's see what we got for Brad. And the next part of that sentence is get into things that you believe will survive. Okay, and he gives the example of everybody brushes their teeth, so get into a company that sells toothpaste and toothbrushes, right? People are gonna be eating, right? So go for the things that you believe are gonna survive, no matter what the market is doing. Okay, so for Brad, so there's some emotional things that he's working through. You're going to be coming through that in a very short period of time as you're rethinking about relationships in the next little while. There is somebody that will be helping you through this situation. Okay. But I don't, when you're ready, it will come about. Okay. And it'll be magical. Okay. Thank you, Brad. Hey, Andre, when do you see New York City permanently underwater? Well, we won't be here, but I mean, the water overflowing because of the ice caps melted and it's flooding the entire planet like water world, that sort of thing. Let's just throw some cards down to that. It's something that we don't need to worry about in our lifetimes. I think it's going to be in about 30, 40 generations from now that will actually happen. I know there's always stories of everything going underwater and all that sort of thing. I don't think that will actually happen in our lifetimes or several lifetimes from now. Okay. Thank you. Hi, what's the highest price BTC will get over the summer? Ah, that's a good question. What is it American? I know it's 27,000 Canadian at the moment and some change. Probably 22,000 American. I'm guessing. There's Brad again. 20,500. I think it'll go going American to about 26,000. And that would be American. It would be 34,000 Canadian. So around in that area until the fall time, and then everything happens at that time, or a lot of things. Anyways, thank you for that question. Will Mattersport stock be successful long term? Oh, I didn't know the name of the stock. Okay. Interesting. Cards are showing it that it's not going to be as successful as people are thinking it's going to be. I think it will gain money. I don't think it's going to be a star performer like many of the other stocks that are out there. For whatever reason, they've kind of metaverse may be one that may not do as well as many of the other ones. I think more attention is going to be on the other, like Decentraland and all that, platforms of its type. I don't think it'll be one of the top ones. It won't be the star. Okay, there's going to be other ones that are going to be the star. Okay, thank you for that. Are the chemtrails still poison, or are they spraying something good for humanity? Well, they're just a little of both. There are reports of them actually putting counter agents to out in the atmosphere. I don't know if that's here in Canada. Probably here in Canada, but nobody can fly anywhere. So, I think there is some good things, and it's mostly bad. It's the government we're talking about, and they don't have your best interest at heart. I don't think the white hats have fully captured the governments. They've done quite a bit of work behind the scenes, and we are starting to notice out in our, if you're watching the news and stuff. Yeah, there's been not the best of things that they're spraying on us at the moment. Okay, thank you for that. Hi, do you think August scheduled launch of Doge 1 rocket will still occur? Oh, Mr. Elon Musk. It seems that even if they did launch it, nobody is paying attention to that sort of thing at the moment. So it might not have the impact that Elon was hoping for, because he's occupied with other things, and the whole world is focused on other things. So it wouldn't have the impact that he is looking for. So he might put it off for some time until he can. He's a media hog. Okay, so he does things to get attention by the people and change the opinions of everybody by doing things like launching a car into space and all that sort of thing. I don't think it's going to get the ooh that he was hoping for, so you might hold off on that. I don't see anything technical that would delay it. I think he's just waiting for the right time to get the biggest impact from doing something like that. So I don't think it'll launch in August. And if it does, it probably be overlooked. Okay, as we're thinking about other things. Okay, thank you for that question. What do you see for the future of XLM Stellar? Now, Stellar Lumens is supposed to be the competition to XRP. Stellar Lumens hasn't really done much in the last little while, or the long while. Will it beat out XRP? I don't think it'll have another heyday in the next little while because of all the things that are happening to XRP. It's not necessarily all the things that Lumens is doing. Okay, it's all the things that XRP is doing. Okay, and getting beat on by the SEC. And there's probably suitcases of money being passed around certain people behind the scenes. So I think it's going to do okay for the next little while. I think they had a news story not that long ago. They did something. But it's they're gaining influence because they aren't XRP. And that's pretty much the only reason that they've been getting some recognition. Okay, thank you for that question. In 10 years, $100 in 10 years. What is it now? $3? $2 or $3 Canadian at the moment. Of course, that was a couple of days ago. I just looked at it. It's probably like less than a penny again. Okay, so yeah, it does have that price tag in the next 10 years. It'll happen very gradually. Who's the leader of ADA? He keeps spouting it off, and it's really damaging that energy of the cryptocurrency. He's saying negative things about other cryptocurrencies. And Hutchinson, yes, he does that every so often, and it really impacts the price of the coin over time. It's like Vitalik when he opens his mouth and says something stupid every so often, and it sinks the coin. I think that's what Hashikins has been doing in the last little while. But over that, I think it will reach that $100 in the 10-year period. Okay, thank you for that. Hi, when do you see a crypto 8 trillion market? We're in the billions now, right? Or up to 1 trillion. I believe it was not that long ago. Yes, the bearded guy with glasses. That's correct. He says some odd things sometimes. But that's a crypto nut for you. When do I see 8 trillion? Probably in the next 4 or 5 years' time. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it was up to 1 trillion, then it fell down again and went up again. And anyways, can I do a reading on Three Arrows Capital? Okay. We have the dark key. I think he woke up. Anyways. The health of it is kind of smoke and mirrors. It's not quite what it appears to be. I don't think it's a long-term hold, whatever this thing is. The price of it, they're too tied to things that do not work for them. We got that devil card going on here. Okay. So they're conducting business as old traditional way that not necessarily works for them. Okay. So that's going to be hampering them in the next little while. It does have, according to the cards, many good aspects to it. They're just implementing them not in the best way. So once they figure that out, I think it'll be okay. They are going to be having some victories with the people that are into the cryptocurrency, working on it, if it is a cryptocurrency. But I think overall, it'll be kind of neither here nor there. It may be a good one to trade if you know what you're doing, right, Dirk? But if you don't know how to, no. Yeah, I think it's good for short-term trading. Okay, thank you for that question. We're almost at the hour.
Well, this little guy wants to give a reading to someone else.
Somebody random in the chat. Who do we pick?
How about Dilly? He said he asked some questions and it's not showing up in the chat, so I'll give Dilly a...
Dilly?
Yeah.
It's not showing up in the chat thing? Restream in the last little while has been having problems showing the chat on some of the sites. So if Dilly is here, we'll give him a 3-card reading. And we'll have to psychically pick up if I'm right, because we can't see him in the chat. Okay, so this is for Dilly. Always ask the great questions. There's an end of a cycle that you were hoping to come around. You've been doing the hard work behind the scenes to get this particular thing done. I think it's with another person, and everything that you've been doing will pay off in spades. Okay, so don't quit yet. Okay, it's close to being. It's at the tip of success, and I don't think you quite see it yet. You've been putting in the work, and I think it's just about to move into the next stage of whatever it is that you're hoping for. Okay, so don't give it up. Keep working, and it will succeed. Okay, thank you for that, Dilly, wherever you are.
Thanks, Aaron. Can't see his questions earlier.
Okay, Rosie, 3-card reading on your portfolio. Well, overall, your portfolio is pretty good. You got all the right stuff in place. There's going to be some things that you're going to be the moon card. So I'm picking up that many of the things that you have are going to be mooning soon. You're not going to be a millionaire, maybe, but it's going to be a pretty good payoff. Okay. I think you're doing the right thing. I think you're being a little bit more selective and careful with your portfolio, and not being as crazy as you were previously. And that's going to be working out in spades for you. Thank you for that. And we're at the hour. Okay, so always grateful for everybody that comes out. If you like a personal reading with me, make sure you go to psychicreadingsbyandrew.com, where I have all the information, and you can see my wife's handiwork on the website. It looks really good. Not bad for a free website. And she got the videos on there, and make sure, because Dark was mentioning this before, because we're going through that bill C11. Okay, and here in Canada, I think UK has something like that as well, where they're going to be hampering YouTubers, okay, in different countries. Doesn't mean I can't put stuff on YouTube. It's just searchability won't be there, and that's basically what they're trying to do. So more Canadian content gets to Canadians. So that means I'm going to have to wear a toque, wave a Canadian flag on a hockey stick, and drink a Timmy's coffee or something, and go coo, 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 or something to make it more Canadian, I guess, in the eyes of the Canadian government. So on the website, I have all the links to all my other places that I put stuff out. Is on that website. So if I disappear here on YouTube, you can find me elsewhere. Okay, Twitch, Rumble, and Odyssey, and many other places where I reside. Okay, so don't worry about that. If you like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way, go to the website, psychicreadingsbyandrew.com, and we have a link on there, affiliate link, to the Treasure website. So make sure you pick up one soon. It's going to be very handy. Okay, make sure you get your top 6 coins. Okay. If you have any questions, that's fine too. Okay, so until Saturday. It's Thursday today. Ooh, Friday tomorrow. So make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future, Saturday.